have. Have you ever felt the pain so powerful, so heavy you collapse? No, well, I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Have you ever had the odds stacked up so high you need a strength most don't possess? Or has it ever come down to do or die? You got to rise above the rest. No, I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get.
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to react to a recommended video from none other than the name that will not be named. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We're in that Discord right now. You can join up and say your opinions out loud, man. No one minds. It's okay. Do your thing.
Yeah, donate to the boy Chip. I need that money.
That's right. Donate to chip.com. Don't go there. It might be a porn site. Anyways.
Shit.
Yes. All opinions are welcome. Just nothing pornographic or grotesque. That's all I ask for. And obviously, everything I show you in this video will be linked in that same description box for you to look at on your own, including this video from the legend himself, Mr. Bill Hicks. And hopefully this plays a role in the video we're about to watch from Matt Walsh, you know, dunking on Ken Burns' documentary. Yeah, good?
Patch my OnlyFans through. Go ahead.
Wait, you're a Bill Hicks fan, bro. Are you watching the stream?
Yeah.
All right. Here is the legend, Bill Hicks himself. Here we go.
You know, I'm just so sick of this whole deal of we arm the world, we arm these little countries, and then we send troops over to blow the shit out of them. You know, we're like the bullies of the world right now. Do you know that? We're like Jack Palance in the movie Shane, throwing the pistol at the sheep herder's feet.
Pick up the gun.
Pick it up.
Well, how do we have these weapons? We'll tell you how.
Pick it up,
well,
mister, you'll shoot me.
we looked at the receipt.
Pick up the gun.
What time does the bank open? 9 o'clock.
Mister,
The check will clear at 10. We'll go in for 11.
I just came to town to get some Hard Rock candy for my kids and some gingham for my wife.
Where the fuck that is?
I don't even know what gingham
Exactly.
is.
I was about to say that. What the fuck is gingham?
She goes through about 4 or 5 rolls a week of that stuff. I don't want no trouble, mister. Pick up the gun.
I wish I could play video, but that gets copyrighted straight up.
Don't worry. Just send them. Shout out my OnlyFans link. We'll take care of that.
I told him not to.
You all saw him. He had a gun.
No! I'm telling you, like, you need the visuals for that. But last time I did Bill Hicks visuals, it just wouldn't let the video be shown. So I had to like cut the entirety of it out of the video, which is annoying. But that's from Revelation, I think.
Wait.
One of
Bill
his-
Hicks shit's copyrighted?
Yeah.
If it's video, yes, it is fucking copyrighted. I checked the audio, and I think that's good. But visuals you can't do that for some reason. I don't know who owns the rights to it, to where it's not allowed, but
I thought his mom, and she fucking didn't have a problem with people using it.
I can't say I know. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I just knew that, like, over time, okay, videos is fucked. Even audio has been fucked for me before, but this one I checked, and I think it's good. But if you could actually, like, see the visuals, and once again, I think it's from Revelation. I'll probably link that in the description box too. There's probably like a free version somewhere you can watch on your own. It's a funny fucking bit. It's like, pick up the gun. As soon as he bends down and grabs it, he's like, you saw him. He had a gun. I had to shoot him. That's just fucking funny. But either way, hopefully, because that's Bill Hicks in what, 90 something? 92 or something like that? Like early, it's 90s, basically, right? And he just. What's up?
I think that was from. Where was you gotta find out which one of those shows that one is from.
I think it's from Revelations, which is like one of his. I think that's probably his last like kind of mainstream-ish.
No.
Stand-up?
That's from when he was making fun of George Bush. When was George Bush president?
No. There's Revelation. I think was his last mainstream stand-up, and that was I think that was
93 to answer your question, Chet.
93.
Until from 89 to 93.
Yeah, so in between there, because I know that clip is when he was making fun of Bush. When he was saying arming the world, and he was like, yeah, fucking Bush. He goes, they used to have fucking stones. Now they have fucking weapons thanks to us. And then he gets on there saying, we live in a dangerous world. Yeah, thanks to you, asshole.
That was a different stand-up. That was a different one. I'm pretty sure. That was a different stand-up. This one was like that's in like the UK, I think it was filmed. One of his Revelation was different than, I forgot the name of the other one, where he's like he has glasses on. I think it's in the UK there too, to be honest with you. But
he always has glasses on. The nigga wears glasses.
the Revelation one, he's in like the cowboy getup, right? He's got like the fucking.
That was his last one. Yeah, that was his last fucking show.
That's where that one was from, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he was making this joke way before fucking Revelation.
Yeah, well, stand-ups work on their fucking routines for sure, but this one was like featured on Revelations, and then the one you're talking about, I think, is where they're testing weapons. And let's see what B-52 does.
No, he was.
All right, let's try out B4. Like, there's a funny joke.
Yeah,
funny. But that was a different stand-up, I think. Hey, good.
I remember he was shitting on Bush though, because Bush was the one that fucking gave everybody weapons.
Yes, Bush might have been in Revelations, but the one I think you're thinking about is before that. I'm pretty sure.
If anybody in the comments knows, fucking tell us, please.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we're just gonna go in circles.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's get to the fan requested video from he who will not be named. Debunked, exposing every lie in Ken Burns' new anti-American documentary from Plastic Doll Dweeb Fuckface Matt Walsh. Without further ado, let's hit play, and whoever requested this video, I apologize if I don't make it to the end of this video. Forgive me if I'm like, all right, we're too stupid now. That's it. He hasn't substantiated enough for me to be like, okay, this guy's some sort of argument to make. But once again, natural reaction. Have not watched a fucking second of this, by the way. I'm curious. Let's hit play. Here we go.
Today on the Matt Walsh Show, as we head into Thanksgiving, we're going to take a closer look at a piece of sophisticated anti-American propaganda just released by PBS and the documentary filmmaker Ken Burns. There's a never-ending effort to make Americans embarrassed of their history, to give credit for its achievements to people who don't.
Just to be thorough. Okay, this is this year's Thanksgiving. All right, here we go.
Deserve it. American history has been rewritten.
I have not seen this Ken Burns documentary.
Today we will debunk the lies. Also, Pennsylvania just passed a law against hair discrimination. which sounds absurd, and it is, but it's even worse and more nefarious than you think. We'll talk about all that today on The Matt Walsh Show.
So he starts with it's anti-American propaganda. Well, maybe it is, but like we're not seeing it yet. So we got to go just by what Matt says, right?
Yeah, but that was like pure slop that he brought up right there. That like.
Yeah, there wasn't an argument yet, but he's just kind of like setting up.
I'm saying forget the arguments. I'm saying there are bigger topics that he can get a grasp of, right, and actually use and showcase to his audience to be like, hey, this is important to talk about. What did he talk about? Was that in Pennsylvania? What happened? Yeah. Okay. It is. That's a pretty long intro. There we go.
Black Friday means our best deal of the year. Daily Wire Plus is
royalty-free
50%
music,
off right now. Go to dailywire.com/subscribe.
Okay.
Pure Talk has been a loyal sponsor of my
Like,
show.
He's still going.
Looks like Matt here needs to visit the train station.
Is locked. And the phone number. Details.
Wait, Matt's making
Documentary filmmakers in the entire world. You might know him as the creator of a very well-done documentary on the U.S. Civil War. It came out back in 1990. And over the years, Burns has released several other successful documentaries covering topics from Prohibition to the Vietnam War to baseball. His calling card, other than his undying commitment to historical accuracy, allegedly, is that his documentaries take a very long time to produce, and in turn, they also take a very long time to watch.
I know I keep saying it, but these fuckers can't help themselves.
11 hours in length.
Crowder, Shapiro, Walsh, Poole. These fuckers just they have to plug an ad every few seconds or they're gonna suffocate, apparently.
Yeah. While the other side screws you over while not plugging any ads. Funny enough. Let's hit play. Here we go.
Length. And thanks to his deal with PBS, they're often available for free to anyone who wants to watch them.
Kamala.
A Ken Burns documentary, in other words, is something of an event in the world of nonfiction filmmaking.
Do better, Kyle.
When Ken Burns comes out with something
new.
You're
capable.
A lot of people pay attention. And your tax dollars, which are distributed to Burns via PBS, a public broadcaster, give his films the imprimatur of a legitimate, important historical record.
Look at this fucking dweeb. Look at him.
But his most recent project, a 6-episode, 12-hour marathon called The American Revolution, is not, in fact, a legitimate or important historical record. It is, in many respects, a very well-produced piece of propaganda. Now, online, you may have seen some commentators dismiss the production as woke for one reason or another, but it's actually far more insidious than that. If it was just another woke production, it'd be very easy to dismiss. You know, when you think of a woke production, you think of of rampant DEI casting, equity-focused writing, making the whole thing unwatchable. You think of a show that you can just write off and forget about entirely. When you think of a...
Okay, just real quick, because I love film. I'm in love with film, actually. I'd be curious of what this guy thinks is a good movie or not. And if he tells me the film, I might be like, it's all right. Explain why it's so good, Matt Walsh. I don't think he can do it because I've heard him try to like explain other things and just struggles, just struggle session at that point. He can't really make the arguments. He's kind of dog shit. He's dog shit at argumentation. First off, second off, I don't trust his vibe taste of film. I don't trust him. I think he's been eating French fries and McDonald's. And I'm like, but there's like caviar over there. What's up with that? Or a nice like home cooked meal right over there. What's up with that? Right, something like rustic, you know? This guy, I don't think he has any taste in anything artistic on planet Earth. No offense to him. It's just like is what I'm observing, I think. But anyways, those are just ad hominems here to troll Matt Hunter with. Oops, I said his name. Here we go.
Woke film about the American Revolution in particular.
Legend.
You imagine something where George Washington is portrayed as like a green-haired
Wokey McWalkington.
Bisexual. Over the top and egregious. Something that nobody would take seriously.
George Washington is a green-haired bisexual. Let's find out. Here we go.
Imagine something where George Washington is portrayed as like a green-haired black bisexual. You know, something over the top and egregious. Something that nobody would take seriously.
Is that in here?
Well, that's not the case with the American Revolution. Most of this documentary, I'd say,
I
around
don't know what's
70,
in that documentary.
It's fantasy.
It's not
actually
that.
quite
Well, like no one would. I don't think even the quote unquote wokesters would do that, right? But all right, here we go.
No.
But this is the portrayal he's trying to give of like when he says the word woke, he said unwatchable, and this was the example. It's not an example that comes out of reality. It's just
Okay.
this is what's in his mind.
Okay.
Straw manning.
Well, he's saying this is it's harder to read propaganda. Is that what he's saying? Basically, like it's harder to read because they're not giving him green hair and making him black, right? So
Yeah.
thus you need the guys, or sorry, the what was the decipher
Decoder
ring?
ring?
Yeah, the decipher ring or decoder ring of Matt Walsh to understand the actual what's actually happening in the documentary. Got it. Let's hit play. Here we
If you
go.
want,
Oh,
if you want the secret decoder ring, buy Ben Shapiro's fucking
True.
America cereal.
True. All right, here we go.
You get strawberry, blueberry, and a marshmallow.
Ben Shapiro's an American treasure. Shut up.
No.
Here we go.
Good. Even if you've read a lot of books about the Revolutionary War, you'll probably pick up a thing or two. You get a bird's eye tactical view of major battles in the war, complete with graphics showing troop movements. You get a lot of primary sources, including quotes from key figures, as well as a few interesting segments on the logistical challenges facing the combatants. You'll learn about battles in the American South during the war, which most people don't know anything about. The visuals and audio are pleasing
I
enough.
know nothing about that.
So it's a very solid effort 80% of the time. And that makes the
80%
remaining
of the time.
20% of this
the other
film
20%. Okay.
worth talking about. You know, The American Revolution by Ken Burns is a masterclass in propaganda because it weaves complete nonsense, and I mean total garbage, gibberish, into a very compelling and factually accurate narrative of the Revolutionary War. So,
Okay.
as best as I can, I'm going to go in order here through some of the more objectionable moments in the series. And we'll start,
Okay.
of course, at the beginning, during the introduction of the very first episode. This is the moment that sets the tone and makes it clear what Burns is going to attempt to do with this documentary. Watch.
Long before 13 British colonies
Wow.
made themselves into the United States, the 6 nations of the Iroquois Confederacy, Seneca, Cayuga, Onondaga, Tuscarora, Oneida, and Mohawk, had created a union of their own that they called the Haudenosaunee, a democracy that had flourished for centuries.
We heartily recommend union. We are a powerful confederacy, and by your observing the same methods our wise forefathers have taken, you will acquire fresh strength and power. Therefore, whatever befalls you, never fall out one with another.
I was going to go with Lawrence Fishburne initially, but then
In
like,
the spring of 1754, the celebrated scientist and
really
writer
wired.
Benjamin
Lawrence
Franklin
Fishburne enough money for
proposed
this
that the
slop.
British colonies form a similar union.
So you heard that correctly. The 6 Indian tribes of the Iroquois Confederacy, according to the narrator, were a thriving democracy. And the founding fathers would go on to create
Took the one line
a
from
similar
it. Okay.
union. So the implication is that Ben
Wasn't
Franklin
Franklin
saw
really
what
a
the Iroquois had
scientist, or
achieved,
was he like one of the first
Oh,
like
my
a
God.
typical white.
tabloid editors?
Listen, he flew a kite with a key on it or something, and like he got like electrocuted, and then he spawned like outlets and electric cars and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's go back to this. Here we go.
Confederacy, according to the narrator, were a thriving democracy. And the founding fathers would go on to create a similar union. So the implication is that Ben Franklin saw what the Iroquois had achieved, and like a
Took it
typical
from
white
them.
colonialist demon, he cribbed their work for the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution.
It
Our
said white
system of
demon.
government is based on the
It didn't
They
say.
say white demon.
appropriation of marginalized people. That's the idea. We owe our democracy to the Indians, basically. So this is the opening argument of this documentary.
Well, I'd find that isn't that irrelevant because you don't know these people. I don't know these people. Ken Burns doesn't know these people. We weren't living back then. The point is that you're where you're at now, and what are the ideas you see? Now, if your gun-ho goal, like someone like Hunter, is to make sure it's coming from a certain place, for some, I don't know for what reason, I would assume that regular people would want like good ideas to pop out from anywhere, as long as it's a good idea, right? If you're really gun-ho for it to be from a particular type of person, not socially, but like racially, I guess. What's their point again? What was their point? What's the point of that? I don't understand the point of that. I don't get it. I really don't.
He's taking offense to this these two sentences that make it like well, he's saying that they did not get their ideas from the Indians because these guys were not white. Forgot.
He's saying
Forgot what
he's saying they're retconning history in order to be
Yeah,
more
yeah.
inclusive, and inclusivity is dangerous, I guess. But if a frog fucking walks up to me and says, "Duck, Jordan," and I duck, and a bullet goes over my head, right? Because I ducked, I'm like, "Thanks, frog." Okay, doesn't matter where it comes from. For me, at least, I don't know.
That it's, but I think it's a little bit more what he's trying to say because the idea is never that the founding fathers invented democracy either, because at least through most accounts that I've heard, it comes from like ancient Rome or something like that, right? So,
Yeah, the
so
Romans
he
and the
wants to be
Greeks
sure
already thought of that
it's
shit.
coming through white history, these ideas, and didn't take it from anywhere else. That's what he's wanting to make sure he keeps
Wait,
intact.
wait. Jesse, let me ask you a question here. Have they now? Once again, I looked at Jared Taylor as like a Fed personally, like as a possible Fed, just because of their aggressiveness towards certain ideas that are just like on the surface not really palatable for regular people. It's like, okay, you must be like just guiding idiots towards a direction. Did they give up Jared Taylor for this fucking guy? Because this guy's, I think, pretty obvious. Did they have, dude? These guys have showed up in my comments, bro,
Oh.
about a Matt Walsh video. Like, yo,
Well,
leave
it
Matt
might be
alone. Leave him alone. Like, yo, this guy. Like, do you think this guy's for real? Do they think this guy's authentic about what he does, or does he see an audience to play with? You fucking dingbats! Oh my god! Oh, it's like, look at him. You can tell he's plastic. Guys, come on, son. Don't fall for Matt. Like, listen, Jared Taylor, fine, but don't fall for Matt Walsh, bro. Come on, guys. Look at him. Look what he works for. Look at all these circumstances around Matt Walsh. How the fuck are you falling for that? Come on, guys. We could do better than that, right? It can't be Matt Walsh. But either way, okay, fine.
I would actually take Jared Taylor over Matt Walsh so many times.
All right.
Like,
so he's gonna. Fair enough. He's gonna debunk the idea that Franklin or any founding fathers got it from observing Native Americans. In which case, I say, okay, good for them. Yeah, okay, good for them. That the founding fathers came up with it on their own. I didn't. By the way, I'd never heard of this before about the Native Americans doing this or that and being inspiring to these other guys. Okay, I thought the thing was these guys were pissed off about the British abusing them essentially, and they came up with their own thing. That's the typical story, right? I was kind of like in that lane.
That's usually how it's told.
Yeah, so I'm like, but either way, it doesn't move me in any direction unless you're a small dick little weirdo like Hunter. Let's keep playing here. Here we go. Okay. He's like, ha, play this clip then, huh? Watch this. I'm like, okay. I watch it. I'm like, okay. What am I getting from this? See what? Here we go. I'll hit him play. Here we go.
Now, never mind
These
the
guys are
fact that the
fucking-
Iroquois
they're
didn't
like
even have
actual
a written
dweeby
language.
weirdos, bro.
Never mind the
Telling
fact that they didn't
Ew.
hold any kind of
Shut
election
the
at all
mouth.
to choose their leaders. Never mind the fact that clan mothers, the Indian elders who actually selected the leaders, obtained their power because of hereditary right, meaning their bloodline,
Oh,
Never
shit.
mind the fact that there wasn't anything like a Western democracy in any Indian tribe anywhere in the hemisphere.
Oh, shit.
Despite all this, we're supposed to conclude that because a bunch of tribes were able to band together and form a primitive confederacy, Ben Franklin was sitting there taking notes and ultimately created a similar union based on theirs.
Now, to be fair,
what to watch out for when cooking.
Chip, I will move you again. Mute yourself. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm still holy fuck, yo.
Just keeps happening.
Do you want fries with that? Like, yeah, so obviously I do. Jesus. I do want fries with that. All right. Anyways, it's like, fast forwarding to modern day, I'm sorry, people that are basing it on the founding fathers, even if those guys were legit and for real, right? Today, in today's world, you're not actually getting democracy. I'm sorry. You're getting played. Don't fall for this shit.
You're getting nothing near it.
And it's almost like he's like Matt Walsh is kind of implying that what's going on there is played all the way out through 200 fucking years or whatever. It's all played out to be where we're at now. Like, no, dude, there's a lot of bullshittery in between there. Not by white guys, not by quote unquote Americans, but by certain individuals have done fuck boy shit and fuck girl shit throughout the entire history, to where they try to gain for themselves personally, not for their race, not for their country, not for their fellow countrymen, but for themselves individually. And it's pretty fucking patently obvious. So that
even if they had convinced themselves otherwise.
Yeah, that thing that the feel goods of like democracy. Oh, feels so good, democracy is not what's happening right now. Whether it was the Native Americans that Ben Franklin watched and observed and took from, or the founding fathers themselves, like made up themselves and like, hey, this is the idea. We're gonna go with this. Either way, neither one of those things exist right now. They don't. They don't fall for stupid shit, guys.
And if we're really going to split hairs, a compelling argument could be made that it never existed here.
I mean, I'm being fair because I don't fucking know about the past and all that shit. I have no idea about all that stuff. Either way, whatever their sentimental feelings are towards like this idea of, you know, the Constitution and laws and rules and being righteous and ruled by God in a way, that's not what's here. I'm sorry. So I've been paying attention to politics. I have not seen a fucking inkling of that shit. Not a fucking inkling of it. So, yeah, okay, it's kind of a moot point to bring it into modern era. But I'm sure go back into this stuff and argue the kind of minutia of that. Here we go.
Now, notably, Burns does not tell you what he's basing this claim on, which will become a running theme as we go through
your new name.
Because the claim is obviously ridiculous. So I'll tell you. I'll give you the one piece of evidence.
That's what he gets.
The only piece of evidence that he's relying on to make this
he better have a fucking point.
Absurd and remarkable argument. Point. I mean, if this was true, that our democracy was based on Indian tribes, well, that's big news. So,
okay.
Extraordinary claim, extraordinary evidence, as we're told. So what's the extraordinary evidence to support this claim?
Right.
Well, it's this letter, which was sent by Ben Franklin to a man named James Parker in 1751, more than 24 years before the American Revolution. And here's what the letter says. Quote, "It would be a very strange thing if 6 nations of ignorant savages should be capable of forming a scheme for such a union and be able to execute it in such a manner as that it has subsisted ages and appears indissoluble, and yet that a like union should be impracticable for 10 or a dozen English colonies, to whom it is more necessary and must be more advantageous, and who cannot be supposed to want an equal understanding of their interests."
Yep.
Okay, so Franklin is not talking about war with Britain or establishing an independent nation or anything like that. Remember, this is decades before the American Revolution. And Franklin certainly isn't praising any thriving democracy in the Iroquois Confederacy, because there is not one. Instead, he's talking about a straightforward plan to unite the colonies so that they function more like a political unit rather than 13 completely separate entities. And he's saying,
weird.
If these savages can form a confederacy to function as a unit, then obviously we can too.
Why are you daring me
so it's a bit like coming across a pack of dogs on the street and seeing how they're all very quiet and, well behaved, and then you turn to your children and say, well, if those dogs can behave, then you can too. And when you say that, you're not telling your children that the dogs invented the concept of good behavior or made you realize what good behavior looks like. You're not modeling your parenting off of the dogs. You're not saying that your kids should model their entire lives after the dogs. You're saying that if extremely primitive creatures can do something right, then we, as much more advanced creatures, have no excuse for failing in that regard. That's what he's saying. As Rich Lowry writes in the...
Which is kind of Christ is king, right, guys? Right? Didn't Christ exist before these guys were around? Okay, got it. So it's not very Christian of him for Benjamin Franklin to think that way. Unless he wasn't a Christian, in which case I'll say, okay, fine, fair enough. But go ahead.
Let them be like primitives. Like, yeah, well, I guess debunking the whole concept that we didn't get democracy from the Native Americans. He's saying that
he kind of showcased that is the case. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, kind of that the idea of the Union, because the United States was called the Union, right? Like initially, and so the idea of the Union came from looking at this, right? Like the colonies could be like work as one. That's kind of interesting.
But his argument isn't his argument like, yo, if they can do it, we can do that shit, right? These guys are savages. If they're doing that, we could do it too. Which would imply that they're actually taking doesn't that imply that they're taking the idea from there, like inspired by what they're doing? I don't even, once again, I haven't watched the documentary to bring up what you brought up before, Jesse, before I hit record on the video, where you're like, yo, like honest argument, like we haven't seen the documentary, right? So we can't just rely on Matt Walsh's version of things, right? Which is fair enough, but like, I'm hearing out Matt Walsh's version of things. He's saying like, oh, well, like, if a dog, drinks water doesn't mean like I don't even know what his fucking point was. If they can, a savage can do it, we can do it too. Right? Is the main idea.
I don't think he knows what the point was either.
But wouldn't that imply the idea that apparently that he's saying Ken Burns was saying? Doesn't that say that? Like,
I think it does. Well, I think it does, but I guess
that's weird, bro.
Splitting, like where he's drawing lines. It's like we didn't get democracy from them. Like,
yo, Matt Hunter's a troll.
That one sentence,
bro.
Yeah.
He's fucking trolling. It's like he's like feeds off of I don't know, because he assigns me in words, probably not in reality, but in words, he assigns that I'm a hardcore. If it's black, I support it. If it's white, I don't. He's like thinks I'm a hardcore thing in that direction, in words at least. Then you send me this. Like, is this bait or something? Like, what are you sending me? Because I'm trying to use. I didn't see Ken Burns is saying I'm hearing Matt Walsh out begrudgingly, but I'm hearing him out, and it's just what? What is this? I think it's worse than maybe maybe Rumor got fucking baited by Matt Walsh, and probably other people too. And it's like, fuck, are we this stupid, guys? Are we this dumb?
Apparently we are.
It's not about black and white. It's about like this guy's
arguments.
trolling.
I wonder if you watched it, because I'm like, could you list any of the arguments? And it's just like, here's the video. All right,
I'm going with him. I'm officially doing it, bro. Matt Hunter is Dubster. Officially. I'm gonna live life that way. Matt Hunter is just Dubster Brian the entire time. It's too stupid. It's too dumb. I mean, Matt Hunter's,
I'd love to agonize through the rest of this with you, but I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you know what? Save yourself, Joe. I applaud you for that. Have a good night, my man. All right, let's continue with this thorough educational expose. New
York Post, there are other major problems with the logic here as well. Quote, the Iroquois have no role in our constitutional history. The scholar Robert Nadelson has noted the Iroquois don't show up as a model in the 34 volume.
I'm sorry. Forgive me for people that don't want to see marathons, but we're at a marathon. It's happening. I want to hear all that explanation again about like, well, if a dog doesn't, does follows orders correctly, doesn't mean you got it from him. Duh. Here we go.
He's debunking the first two sentences with all of this other, like the Constitution. Yeah.
Just let it happen, Jesse. Here we go. Pause. Here we go.
If these savages can form a confederacy to function as a unit, then obviously we can too. So it's a bit like coming across a pack of dogs on the street and seeing how they're all very quiet and, well behaved, and
that inspired
then you turn to your children and say, well, if those dogs can behave, then you can too. And when you say that, you're not telling your children that the dogs invented the concept of good behavior or made you realize what good behavior looks like. You're not modeling your parenting off of the dogs. You're not saying that your kids, should model their entire lives after the dogs. You're saying that if extremely primitive creatures can do something right, then we, as much more advanced creatures,
you guys are getting played.
Have no excuse for failing in that regard.
If you're a Matt Walsh fan, you're getting played.
Said.
I'm telling you right now, you're getting played.
As Rich Lowry writes in the New York Post, there are other major problems with the logic here as well. Quote, the Iroquois have no role in our constitutional history. The scholar Robert Nadelson has noted the Iroquois don't show up as a model in the 34-volume Journals of the Continental Congress, the 3-volume collection, the Records of the Federal Convention, in other words, the Constitutional Convention, or the more than 40-volume documentary history of the ratification of the Constitution.
I want to see him in argumentation level.
In other words, Burns deliberately left the viewer with the impression that the Indians, despite being illiterate savages,
he can read, right?
By
he can
Ben
read
Franklin's own
I want to hear him argue with someone in real time.
Had somehow influenced Ben Franklin and the Founding Fathers and laid the groundwork for our system of government. In reality, the Iroquois had created a loose confederacy, which was vaguely similar to many other similar confederacies throughout history, including the confederacy called the Delian League, which the Greeks established to resist the Persian Empire, except the Greeks had a written language and great philosophers.
I no longer believe you,
the Iroquois obviously didn't.
Genuine about
and Franklin, decades before the Revolution,
I think you're trolling the entire
was
time.
just blowing off steam in a letter to a friend, and so that's the story here. That's the whole story. But we should move on because the documentary only gets worse.
That's
from
it.
Here.
That was
but
it.
It's bad often in a subtle way. So you have to take a little bit of time to decode the propaganda.
Round runner. Next time you fucking troll me, bro, give me a 10-minute video, not 50 minutes, please. This is it's only borderline fascinating, me hearing this. Look at you laughing off. You're so fuckable, aren't you? You know what? I am, okay? I am fuckable. God damn it. Anyways, here's more Matt Walsh. I'm sorry. If you're one of the, they're trying to replace us, or replacement theory, or race and IQ, and all those areas, if you're now following Matt Walsh right now, I think you're getting played. That's my humble opinion. But all I beg for is that, if I'm wrong or right, please show back up and tell me about it. Just promise me that. Please promise me that. If you find out, damn, we got played, show up and tell me about it. If you're right, please show up and tell me about it. I could be wrong, man. I'll be fair. But I beg you, that's all I asked for. And now I will shut up now and let I'll let it play out. Here is this for your viewing pleasure. Matt Walsh debunking a Ken Burns documentary. Here we go.
Which is what makes the propaganda so effective.
What are we doing?
For example, see if you notice anything odd about this moment from the first episode. This is about 20 minutes in. Watch.
Slavery was legal everywhere, from New Hampshire to Georgia. Many of the black people living in the colonies had been born there or in the Caribbean. But tens of thousands were from West Africa, captured from what is now Senegal, Gambia, and Gabon, Angola, Congo, and the Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Ghana.
Now, when you're trying to sniff out propaganda, what you have to look for is the passive voice. And anytime you hear the passive voice, you should ask yourself, who's the subject of this sentence? Now, think of it this way. If you hear somebody say, John was stabbed to death.
He's terrible at those.
Your first question is going to be, well, who did it? Be a lot more straightforward and clear if the sentence said, Bob stabbed John to death. Then you wouldn't need to ask the question.
Right,
Ken Burns knows that. He's a good filmmaker. He's an experienced writer.
He's a good filmmaker
intentionally
now?
omitting the subject of the sentence. He's willing to tell the viewers that tens of thousands of blacks were captured as part of the slave trade, but he doesn't tell you who did the capturing. It's certainly an odd omission when you're talking about this act of extreme human cruelty. He's completely omitting the identity of the people who captured millions of innocent black men and women and children and put them in chains and sold them.
I think it all applies equally, Matt. Well, he's going to go with, I guess, other Africans captured other Africans, put them in chains and said, here, buy these fucking slaves. But someone bought them as slaves,
But-
right?
No, they were just buying. They were just shopping. They did no wrong. They just they bought some property.
All right, so the slave trade is only...
Yeah, it's only the seller.
What
who
the
enslaved them.
fuck are we doing? It's like,
So
they're all bad,
So an
right?
African enslaved another African, and we just end the story right there.
I was trying to like
Then
not pause the video.
we fast forward to today, and they're free now. So there's nothing. That's it.
I was trying to just let the video play, but that was just he's like, guys, he's look at his face. He's an actor. He's giving you the furling eyebrows of, hey, I'm acting right now. Well, who did sell these slaves? It's like, yeah.
Passive waste.
Like, yeah, they suck too. Now what? What do you do now? Like, yeah, those guys suck too. They're terrible too. They're immoral. Sorry, their actions are immoral right there too. Now what? Where do we go from there? Where are we supposed to be like leading to there at that point? Buy my fucking Matt Walsh. This guy's playing you, you fucking idiots, you dummies. If you're falling for this, you're a fucking idiot. You're getting fucking played. You're getting played. I'm sorry, I'm saying it right now. It's my guess. Please tell me when I'm wrong someday. Like, come back and tell me, like, oh, you're wrong about Matt Walsh. Please tell me. But if I'm right, also show up. I dare you to. I fucking dare you to show up if I'm wrong. If I'm right about this, show back up and like, say, yo, Jordan, I'm sorry. You're right. This guy's full of shit. He's acting in front of us. The beard alone should be like a giveaway for regular people. But all right, here we go.
So why would he do that?
Ad hominem.
The reason is pretty
I don't
clear,
give a fuck,
actually.
bro.
Ken Burns
I don't
knows
care,
that these black people were enslaved by other black people. The Africans were enslaved by Africans.
Oh, shit.
That's the dirty little secret you're not supposed to talk about.
No, we
The
all
white
knew that
colonists
already.
Needed labor.
I knew that in the fucking 90s as a child. I knew that. What the fuck? that was that open and obvious, right? It's like when you like hear a little bit more from other people, like, yeah, whatever rulers were over there were fucking serving up motherfuckers they don't like. Duh. I thought everyone knew that already. What the fuck? Is that a dirty little secret? I thought everyone knew that. And also, yes, back to the Ken Burns documentary. Who knows if they actually brought that up or not? I can't say I know. But I thought that was fucking obvious. All right, here we go. Maybe
because they were living in a vast new continent.
Maybe Ken Burns doesn't say anything about it.
They bought slaves who had been captured by African kings. Now, in some cases, the African kings sent ships as far away as Iceland and Ireland to capture white slaves too. But at this particular time period, for the most part, they were selling Africans to the colonists. Now, you might be inclined to give Burns the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe he just wrote the sentence poorly for some inexplicable reason. But the problem is that he keeps doing it.
When he talks about the American Revolution and he talks about slaves, come on, you don't expect that to happen, though. You expect them to like do that. Typically and socially, you'd expect them to start from like American slavery. Duh. Like, I would expect that. Are we out of our minds? You motherfuckers are out of your fucking minds. And Matt Walsh is here to sell you the fucking kitty bait, bro. What's it called? Catnip. My bad. They're here to sell you the fucking catnip. And meanwhile, he'll sell you down the river, dude. He's gonna sell you down the river. He's gonna do that shit to you, bro. I can't I can't do it, Jesse. I can't mentally make sense of that. This guy's gonna sell you out. He's gonna do it. He's already has done it. He's gonna do it again to you, you idiots.
Are you saying that Matt Walsh or the Ken Burns should cover the history of the American Revolution and not say like, oh well, this gunpowder and it was that was used, it was invented, and then the invention of fire. Like, why did he not explain the invention of fire? Is he hiding something?
And it's
Like that, like you would start just like at the American Revolution.
Yes, let me ask. Okay, without joking, seriously, do you think what this guy's doing is bait? In your opinion, what do you think is happening here? Do you think that's bait for these
Is
idiots
this
out
bait?
here? Matt Walsh's thing. Do you think it's bait for like dummies that are questioning? Oh my God, replacement theory and racial shit and all that stuff. Think it's bait or not?
Yeah, completely bait. Like that's just it. It he looks like he said that, and I'll give Matt credit for Matt Walsh said there's 80% of it was like informational and a lot of things you wouldn't have maybe heard from other places. Like sounds like there's a lot of research in it, but I mean I haven't seen it, so I'm getting that from Matt Walsh. So I'll give him credit for that. And then, but it does sound like what he's going to focus on and elaborate on is like he's looking to like nitpick anything that basically argues what he wants to argue. 'Cause it's not really necessarily coming from the documentary. He wants to make certain arguments, and he's looking for anything to like strap onto so that he can like continue to make that
But
argument.
his core argument is like they're trying to make white people look bad, right? Let's be honest, right? That's probably like where he's actually coming from, right? Now I'm asking you: is that bait for certain individuals that exist in America
Making
or on planet Earth?
white people look bad. Yeah. Well, the second argument he was making is it's almost like you even have to stretch for that, right? Because he's actually saying, and the second one he's saying, hey, they're omitting this part, right? So he's not even like it's not even focusing on white people. Like it wasn't even mentioning the white people yet either. It didn't mention the blacks or whites. It was actually just referencing slavery, right? And then the first one was like it wasn't even against whites. It was like where the idea came from. It's like it's like almost afraid to taint it from like somewhere else, like the idea, like if it's tainted, which is crazy, right? Like it's an idea. It's you could use it.
I mean, he brought up the the white slaves from Iceland and other countries wherever the fuck, right? Which I'm sure
Yeah,
is like,
yeah.
dude, it's planet Earth. They're people. They're gonna do slave. I almost guarantee it. There's been white slaves, Asian slaves, whatever race you want to pick. I'm sure there's people that have been subjugated across the fucking planet, for sure. But what I think he's baiting towards is dumb fucks like Mer Hunter and getting them to think like, they almost like, oh my God, it's persecution against you. That's what these documentaries are made for. They're meant to persecute you. That's what Matt Walsh is leaning into, I think. And in fact, he's baiting them with that because he doesn't. I don't think this guy gives a fuck about you. You fucking idiots. You're getting fucking played, most likely. He does not give a fuck about you, in my humble opinion. It's bait to get you to fuck it. What? Lame dick Matt Walsh? That's your fucking hero? That's the guy you're going to for information? Like, come on. We saw his hit. We saw this guy play out before. Come on. You're getting baited, man. Like, it is what it is. My humble opinion, you're being baited. Forgive me if you consider that an ad hominem, Hunter, but I think it's actually like you're getting fucking played. Probably again. Probably again. It's like unfortunate, dude. Like, come on, dude. Come on, man. He's baiting that shit. He's not actually going into it. Like he's doing less of a thing than Jared Taylor was doing. He's like that. He's not really going into it. He's like touching the surface to get you to come watch his stupid fucking channel with his lame dick arguments that he can't argue in front of people. Crazy enough. All right, here we go. There's more of this of like without even seeing Ken Burns' thing, the level of scrutiny that's available against what this guy's saying is it's palpable. But here we go. Enjoy.
He keeps making the same, quote, mistake. This is another sequence from later on in that same episode, about an hour in. Watch.
I, young in life, by seeming cruel fate, was snatched from Afric's fancied happy seat. What pangs excruciating must molest, what sorrows labor in my parents' breast. Steeled was that soul, and by no misery moved, that from a father seized his babe beloved. Such my case.
Could a Negro write that?
And can
think about
I
it.
then but
Could they have
pray
written that?
others may never feel tyrannic sway. Phyllis Wheatley.
Phyllis Wheatley, who was stolen from Senegambia in West Africa and taken to Massachusetts as a young girl, was renamed for the slave ship, the Phyllis, that brought her, and the Wheatley family that bought her.
Well, wait a second. Who stole this woman from West Africa? Why aren't we entitled to that information? Again, it's the passive voice. We're only told that Phyllis Wheatley was stolen from West Africa and sent to Massachusetts. It's as if a ghost just snatched her up out of nowhere. But as it turns out, ghosts did not snatch her up. In fact, African villagers enslaved her. And they enslaved her when she was 7 years old. And then they sold her. And Ken Burns knows that. But Burns also knows that he's not allowed to say that out loud. He's certainly not allowed to say that if she had remained in West Africa with the savages who enslaved her, Phyllis Wheatley would not have become a published poet. She would not have been surrounded by kind-hearted Bostonians in West Africa with the savages who enslaved her. Phyllis Wheatley would not have become a published poet. She would not have been surrounded by kind-hearted Bostonians who taught her how to read and write and how to read Latin and Greek, how to interpret the most complicated passages in the Holy Bible. And Burns also isn't allowed to say that if she had stayed in West Africa, Phyllis Wheatley would not have received praise from George Washington himself and become a national celebrity. None of that would happen. Put simply,
like Jesus.
That yo, these fools are fucking jokes. Like this, he's not for real, bro. I don't believe him anymore. Mer Hunter, you're trolling, bro. I don't believe you, man. I don't think you actually mean anything you're saying. I think you're just trolling. This is ridiculous.
But she got complimented by George Washington. I mean, that's her life.
We don't.
Like she's blessed.
I don't
like it's like Jesus, you know, like he touched his cloak.
Like Matt Hunter's, Mer Hunter's fucking trolling, but Matt Walsh, holy shit! What are you doing? Are you that desperate? I think he's that desperate. I think he's baiting and trolling for an audience. I guess it's working because this is. All right, let me say this clearly before we continue here, because I'm sure people are being rage baited right now listening to me talk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's Africans enslaving other Africans and selling them to other people. I said it right. I said it right there.
Are those Africans bad people?
Are they bad people?
Or like
I don't believe in.
Are they doing a bad thing?
Yes, yes. I don't believe in
so
bad people.
Africans doing a bad thing. Okay.
Yes, they're doing a blatantly immoral thing. I think by anyone's standards, right? But I'll say by my standards, they're doing a blatantly wrong thing. Same with as people that are purchasing those same slaves. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on, yes, as far as I understand, there was African villages, kingdoms, whatever the fuck, selling fucking their own people, allegedly, quote unquote, their own people, selling them as slaves to other people. That's what I'm think is the case, as far as I understand. Now, let me ask Hunter, what the fuck did you accomplish with that? I knew that shit in third fucking grade. Or sorry, I believed that in third fucking grade. What about it? What does that have to do with anything? And also, Motherfuckers that are baited by dumb, like, look at this fucking, look at him. Look at him. He's fake as fuck. Super fake. He's not your thing that you think he is, or the thing that he's baiting towards. He's not that. As long as we get our message out, he will betray you, you dummies. He will betray you, most likely, in my humble opinion. So please, tag along dick ride Matt fucking Walsh. He's gonna play you one day. He's already been playing you. He's been playing you the entire time. Be honest. Let's be honest. He's been very vague on many topics, many modern topics, very vague on them, I think for a reason. To create this suspension of disbelief that he's like, yeah, he's actually, Matt Walsh knows. He knows. He's creating that little suspension of disbelief to make you think that. You fucking idiots. And you fell for it. In my humble opinion, I could be wrong, but in my humble opinion, he's playing you. Good luck. That's all I'll say. Good luck. For the rest of this, I'll just react naturally. But I just want to put that like PSA out there. Let you know, like, yeah, I think you're getting played. And some of these narratives I already looked at before a long time ago, which are not very controversial as far as I understand. Which is why, I mean, I can't say I know what Ken Burns is doing. I didn't see his documentary, but I could believe that the guy's like, yeah, we already know about this. Yeah, we already know about this. So this, I'm doing this. I think didn't he have a documentary dedicated to slavery? Or Civil War, maybe. My bad. Civil War. Whatever, maybe he covered that in there. Who knows? Either way, let's hit play here. I'm trying to not... I'm trying to be dumb for the sake of this video. Here we go.
Being sold to an American family was, by almost every measure, the best thing that could have ever happened to Phyllis Wheatley because it separated her from the people who enslaved her and introduced her to civilization.
That's totally the point.
And she became a person that she would not have had the opportunity to become.
Yeah, if we didn't do if 9/11 didn't happen, you know, we wouldn't have these books out there today. Some people wouldn't have careers right now if it wasn't for 9/11. So thus, you know, what do you complain about? What would you complain about 9/11? Duh. It built careers. I'm sorry. Back to brain turned off. Sorry. I bet.
But all of that history is lost in this documentary. Instead, you're simply told that someone, some unidentified person, stole this woman from West Africa, and the only credit the Americans get in this whole story from Ken Burns is that they looked after her education. So it's a total crock, in other words. And now, again, I'm only showing you the worst parts of this documentary. You have to imagine that in between these lies, there's some genuine good history here. But
he's terrible.
Then out of nowhere, I'd say it happens every like 30 minutes or so, you just get hit with a massive woke bomb out of nowhere.
It's woke.
Okay. It's so absurd that you can only conclude they were added in post-production.
Go ahead, Jesse.
He's trying to say that, like, by being in the United States, they're getting a better education, right? Like that's that's what he's saying. Like this woke bomb is like, well, you were sold to people who educated you. Okay. So that can happen, but I don't know if that's like, is that a typical experience too? Like I'm thinking that like this person that was picked out was a person that was actually picked out. Like they're not like the typical person, right? Like you said they knew George Washington or something.
Well, Jesse, it'd be different if they purchased slaves in order to free them. Like, hey, you're being treated like shit over here.
Okay.
We feel bad about that. We're gonna buy these slaves and bring them over here, and we're gonna give them like whatever opportunities we had or whatever. Like, here's some education shit we can help you with. Right? That'd be different.
Right. Like,
what are you saying by accident?
Right, to free them, and even to educate. Right? Isn't that typically the opposite of like of control? Unless they were not controlling, unless they were actually very freeing people, like you're saying, that would be. It just kind of wrecks me that he's taking this example of as a person, and it's just too much.
Well, Jesse, I'm just saying, Jesse. Like 9/11 happened, right? We invaded Iraq. Someone's house in Iraq gets blown up. They end up in Europe, and they end up being like a literature genius. You know what I'm saying, or a scientific genius. So we kind of like it worked out, helped them.
Helped them, and we created jobs too.
Yeah, yeah. That's the logic we want to hear. I'm giving this fool one more portion of Ken Burns' thing. If it ain't legit, by like simple logic standards, simple like construction worker dumb guy logic shit. If it can't work there, we're done. For me personally, I'm done with the fucking video because this is sloppy, stupid ass shit. It's dumb. It's really dumb. But let's hear out one more segment, I guess. Like, look, let me debunk this. It's like, you're bait for fucking dummies. Or people that, like, look down at themselves, you know, self-esteem merchants, if you will. Like, I don't like the way I walk, I talk, I look, whatever the fuck. And they they get abused by idiots like this. Like, it is what it is. Don't let that shit happen to you, man. Don't be a fucking slave in 2025. An intellectual slave. Don't be that. Be real and be a real person. I should not be that important to you, or any one of us, or Matt Walsh. You should be that important to you on an intellectual level. Not in the value of another human being, at least for my standards, right? You can come up with your own principles. For me personally, I don't view Matt Walsh as lesser than me or above me. Pause. It's more of, hey, this is what you believe. I'll take you out here. I'll look at this. Let me examine it. This is stupid. By my standards, it's fucking stupid. And that's why I will walk away if this next little segment here is not good enough. Sorry, it's not about a fear of what Matt Walsh might say later on. That's not scaring me at all. What I'm saying right now is this guy's incompetent. He's just incompetent. He's dog shit at epistemology in regards to like coming with the answer, like the logic of what he's doing. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Other than for bait for people that want something to be reality versus reality itself. Let's hit play. Here we go.
On a dare or something like that. This is probably the worst moment in that regard. Watch this.
Okay, here we go.
Crisis changes people, and it gave women different ideas about what they should be doing.
Women were the main consumers in colonial society, and they were the ones who made sure the boycotts worked. Women stopped drinking tea. Women started making their own fabric. Women started making toys for their children, and they didn't just stop buying British things and start making their own things. They publicized it. And reporters would report, the ladies of Boston, the ladies of New York are the most patriotic. They are at the forefront of this protest movement. If women hadn't done that, the protest movement and eventually the revolution would have gone nowhere.
So did you catch that? If women had not stopped buying things constantly as a form of protest, then the American Revolution would not have gotten off the ground. So really, the women are the heroes of the American Revolution. Forget the men who, got shot and died. Sure, that's a significant sacrifice by any measure, but it's nothing compared to the pain that colonial women had to endure by not buying things.
By the way, this dude would be nowhere near a battlefield ever in his life. He wouldn't do that. Let's be honest. He's not that guy. Okay, so it's about women. You need to debunk the, I guess, quote-unquote, contribution of women. And I don't know anything about that, honestly. Of Revolutionary War shit, I don't fucking know. I never found a reason to, like, deep dive into it either. I guess Matt Walsh did. I don't know. Probably make the argument, like, oh, they're voting with their dollar, in a way, right? Or maybe there's like actually didn't really do much other than like the dudes grabbing rifles and fighting on the front lines are the actual impact thing. Although like life is a little bit more complicated than just one battle happened and that decided history, right? There's a lot more shit to it. But I don't know personally. And I kind of find it like you're picking out certain things in certain scenarios, while maybe ignoring others. And I don't mean like in the Ken Burns documentary, but like in actual life itself. Like that's where I'm like, okay, probably seems like he's ignoring things there. Maybe to keep a standard of things, which is like taking the word conservatism to another level of just conserving what is there versus like conserving what is correct or right. But then again, Matt Walsh fans are getting fucking played, most likely. He's playing you. Just like when Trump says MAGA, make America great again, he means it like actually again from like yesteryear. You know? Let's change names and logos around because that's what it was back then. 40 years ago it was called this. So like let's do that again. Let's change names around. Right? Versus like the idea of like what that would actually mean. Right? But whatever. Here's Matt Walsh's counter argument to women doing things in the Revolutionary War or around it. Here we go. Or American Revolution.
They bravely put down their Visa credit cards, and in doing so, they single-handedly created America. Now, what's great about this segment is that no one at any point in this 5,000-hour documentary comes back to this claim. They don't support this claim in any way. It's just hanging there in the middle of the first episode.
Oh, they don't come back. They don't actually say that is the case. And 80% of it is awesome or something, according to him, or 80% is correct. That was just added in there, I guess. And what's his problem with that being out? Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Not buying things. They bravely put down their Visa credit cards, and in doing so, they single-handedly created America. Now, what's great about this segment is that no one at any point in this 5,000-hour documentary comes back to this claim. They don't support this claim in any way. It's just hanging there in the middle of the first episode.
It's an interview you do.
And we're supposed to take it at face value, I guess, even though it makes no sense whatsoever. Again, that's probably the most overt, ridiculous moment in the whole series. Most of the propaganda is more subtle. So take this moment, for example, from episode 2.
I'll give him one more segment.
For the most part, this is a good episode about the Battle of Bunker Hill. It tells the story of that battle in a neutral, even-handed, factual way. It also talks about George Washington, and although it keeps mentioning that he owned slaves every now and then, nothing too crazy is going on. And then you get this moment. Watch.
Did he own
George Washington made his Cambridge headquarters in the handsome home of a loyalist who had fled to England. One morning, not long after he had moved in, he noticed a 6-year-old African-American named Darby Vassell swinging on the gate. Vassell remembered saying he had been born in the house and his parents had worked there. Washington urged him to come inside and get something to eat. He had plenty of chores for him to do. When Darby asked what sort of wages he could expect, Washington thought the question impertinent and unreasonable. Darby Vassell lived to be a very old man, and when asked, he liked to say that in his experience, George Washington was no gentleman, since he'd expected a boy to work for free. Washington was also shocked to see black soldiers encamped alongside their white neighbors. Unconvinced they could ever make good soldiers, Washington persuaded the Massachusetts Provincial Congress to enlist no more of them, though dozens had fought on Breed's Hill.
Now, when I saw this, admittedly, I had never heard of this story before, but my first thought was, even if it's true, and it's probably not, this has to be the single lamest attack on George Washington that anyone could possibly make.
Why is it probably not true? What's that based on? And also, how's that an... Okay. It's like... I'm trying to like mentally wrap around this type of thing. Like, okay, so racism does not exist, essentially. I mean, personally, like I do agree a little bit differently, but I kind of agree. Like, yeah, I don't believe in racism. It's just like idiots. If you judge people by their skin color, you're a fucking idiot, right? That's my personal idea. But that may be different than what Matt Walsh, the content creator, is saying, and any dingbat that follows his fucking words. So what's his point? They keep bringing up that George Washington owned slaves. Someone tell me in the comments, did he own slaves? In the comments, please tell me if he owned slaves or not. And then this other thing that he said is not true. Or sorry, he said, like, I don't know if it's true or not. It's probably not. Someone look that up for me as well. Merhunter, can you fucking look that up yourself and tell me about any of that shit? It doesn't bother me either
What is he
one way or
saying is
another.
not true?
But, huh?
Like I'm not even clear what he's saying is not true. Like it really stood out that he's, this is his vagueness that he does. Like he presented the story of George Washington.
Yeah.
Or he played that clip. George Washington, slaves at this house. This guy, he came in and he's offering him some work. Looks like he didn't want to pay him or something. And then he switched to there were some soldiers. They were black. I think he was disputing the soldiers part. That was the last part. But I'm not sure what part of this whole thing he's saying is not true. Was it the soldiers or was it the response from Washington to the soldiers?
I think
Or like
I think he's saying first part is they keep bringing up slavery in regards to George Washington because they're trying to make him look bad. I think it's the idea. But at the same time, like, why would him owning slaves look bad essentially to these guys? I don't understand, is that historically wrong that he never owned slaves or something like that? Is that what they're going with? Or are they going with he did own slaves, but owning slaves is bad, so thus if you pointed out about George Washington, that's also you're making him look bad. But he also owned slaves. Like I'm trying to pick it together, put it together.
saying it too many times.
Yeah, okay. And then George Washington's not wanting black soldiers, I guess, in whatever platoons. I don't even fucking know about that. Okay.
Hey, were you guys able to see my video game?
No.
Don't lie
Anyways,
to me.
I'm not lying to you. I promise. Anyways, so I'm trying to figure out his logic, dude. I really am. It's like, okay. It's kind of like the idea, like they acknowledge that they were slave owners, but they weren't mean slave owners. They were nice. As in, they wouldn't just say, hey, you work for free. They'd be like, hey, do you want some coffee or some hot chocolate, little kid? Hey, go do some work. It's all good. It's all good. Go work for me. I'll take care of you. I'll give you a bed to sleep in and all that stuff. Where it's like not bad looking slavery might be the logic of it, right? Versus like they made him sound like a meanie right there, right? Like he's a bitch. I don't owe you shit, bro. Do some work for me, right? Do this, do that, which is what was implied, I think, in the clip at least, right? But at the same time, if it's the testimony of the slave guy or the kid, right? They would probably be like, "Yeah, you expect me to do this for nothing?" Right? From their perspective, they might view it that way. Which but also I guess it's dangerous to like speak from their perspective too, right? That's a bad thing. And Matt, I can see the Merhunter's fucking wheel spinning already. Don't worry, bro. I got you.
The way he describes that guy,
all good. Bud.
It sounds like he was a free guy, right? Like
they
like
left.
he was like he saw him outside. He's like, "Oh, I live there," or I'm not sure. I'm not positive about that.
I think it was owned by loyalists, and they left. But that kid somehow got stuck back behind. He stayed there.
Right. So if he was free and he don't want to pay him, it's like what the I'm not sure what the arrangement is. Like, yeah. Like if he's a slave, you'd be like, what do you mean you want money, right? Okay, like that's how they handle things. If he's free, like why wouldn't you pay him for work?
Yeah.
Like he
Well,
could just leave and go somewhere else or something.
well, let's take it out of the racial sense, which is like once again, dummies like can't fucking get past.
Oh yeah, I didn't even bring up race, but yeah, go ahead.
Let's go towards like okay, George Washington beat his kids, right? Which would be looked down upon today, right? You can't just beat the shit out of your fucking children like that, right? And it feels like the way Matt Walsh is going about things is that he would like try to like if you bring that up, you're trying to make him look bad. But that could be reality too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like take it out of race. Like, he's beating other white kids. It's a grown adult beating white children, right? He's a white guy beating white children. So thus, race is not the fact here, right? That's not the point. The point is that he's beating kids, his own kids, or whoever's kids, right? So thus, that's bad. But if you bring it up too many times, you're trying to make him look bad when you do that. But it also is reality at the same time. He also did beat his kid. Like, I'm not saying he actually did that. I'm saying hypothetically. You know, it's like, what do you want anyone to do then at that point? Like, not say anything about anyone? Just shut up and let it happen? Like, shut up and just be okay with this? I don't know. I can't roll with that. I don't care what time period you're in. I don't care what fucking race you are. Like, some of these fucking dingbats think. Fucking idiots. But either way, it's like something that's harmful or wrong is harmful and wrong by your standards, right? And I'm pretty sure Matt Walsh would say slavery is bad. And I'm pretty sure most people would say child beating is bad too. Not spanks, but like actually like beat the shit out of them. I'm pretty sure people would say that's bad too. No matter who does it, wherever it happens. Right? Agreed? But all right. Let's play it a little bit more, then I'm done with this video. You're kind of a fucking joke at this point, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what you see in reality. I don't know if you need help with you can show up one day. We'll watch The Matrix or The Dark Knight or V for Vendetta or some great movies, Black Swan. I'll play those movies for you, man. Pause and you can watch them. And you can work out your shit instead of just trolling me all the time. Meanwhile, you're getting like trolled by a fucking guy. All right, here we go.
They're trying to find some way to smear our first president, a founding father and one of the most consequential men to ever live anywhere in world history.
America's good.
And the best hit they can come up with, apparently, is that a black kid said that George Washington was rude to him. Now, even if it's true that Washington...
No, I think the pros was like, yeah, he took me as a slave. He didn't. He did. Come on, yeah. The worst thing he did was he was rude to him. That's so lying. He's playing people, dude. Whoever's falling for this, you guys are idiots. Here we go.
And
I'm basically done with
and
this
the best
after
hit
this.
they can come up
This
with,
guy's actually-
apparently,
he's
is
dumb,
that a
too.
black
He's a dumb
kid
guy.
said that George Washington was rude to him.
It's a black kid.
Now, even if it's true that Washington was indeed rude to this random 6-year-old black
Rude?
kid in 1775 and suggested that he do some chores without pay, there's no possible way to...
Right?
Yeah.
He was not rude to him, but even if he was,
No, wait. Suggested that he do some chores, without getting paid. Like, chores. Yeah. What the fuck?
was it his son or something? Like,
I know, even if Epstein suggested them some, massages, for free from underage girls. I can't even fucking say it, dude. I mean, sorry, my bad. Those girls that they got paid. Yes, they were 15 years old, but they got paid. They're just trying to make them look bad. Like, yo, go on.
They tricked him.
He said, "Do some chores." Yo, yo. Okay, Matt Walsh. Let's take your kids. Let's go back in time machine. Take your kids. Let's fuck it. No political correctness. Let's blackface them, but like good Hollywood blackfacing. Fucking Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder blackfacing. Let's blackface them. Let's do that. Let's have them do chores for George Washington. What do you think about Walsh? On the surface, these guys are so fucking. Get the fuck out of here. This is not real. This is not real. Rewind again. Oh, so what? He's being rude to you? All he asked for something.
Slavery in the U.S. never existed. It's a psyop. It's a psyop, bro.
Harrison.
It never existed.
Harrison, this fool outflanked.
It never existed.
This fool outflanked you in trolls, bro. Like, yeah, they're just doing some
The
chores.
richest slave owner in America was a black man.
Okay, but they weren't They're just say they're doing some chores though. Just say it. God, say it. He's just doing some chores. Say it. Say that shit, dude.
So what? You didn't want to pay.
Yeah. He put it.
Not that it's true. It's not true, but even if it was.
You know, George Washington was a British citizen a lot longer than he was an American. People forget this.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Wait.
Don't you dare.
Well, you're saying...
So he's rude to
You're
him.
saying because it was
Go
a
do some
British
chores.
colony. He was born in the U.S. though.
I think the Brits was like, you know what, Americans, you want to fuck with us? We're gonna let you hold the bag. Here you go. Blacks are yours. And we're like, Jesus Christ, bunch of assholes. And we couldn't do nothing with them. We wanted to. We wanted to send them back to the Gold Coast to Africa. We couldn't do that. We wanted to give them seed money and go back to the Gold Coast. And they shot Lincoln down. That was Lincoln's idea. And we couldn't do that. So we have to keep them. Like, Jesus Christ, Britain. Not our fault.
He's putting it in context of culture war shit, which is like, this is just further proof that Manhunter has been Manhunter has been fucking trolling the entire time. This is a troll. He's sending me content because he's like, Jordan's gonna shit on these fools. I think that's the point. It's no longer about it's no longer about his ideas about the world. It's more like, I'm gonna send you idiots and you're gonna react to them and you're gonna showcase how fucking stupid they are.
His ideas. I asked, what are the points to debunk? Here's the video.
Oh, fucking Christ.
That was the response from Henkel. Remember, like, so what do you think? What are the ideas? Oh, just read your article. Those are my ideas.
This is different, bro. Henkel was angling for a career. Mounder's angling for getting me to react to fucking videos. And he knows I'm gonna laugh at how stupid they fucking are. It might be Prop, it might be Dubster. I don't know who Manhunter is, but there's someone, bro. Because this is too stupid. This is dumber beyond what that guy has recommended before. This is dumb beyond that. It is what it is. I'm sorry. So what? He's rude to you, and what? Asked you to do like a couple chores, for free. What? What about it? How dare you shit on our founding father?
Matt Walsh looks like he wears Old Spice.
Yeah. In context with American slavery, like, do some chores. Yeah. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, bro. I'm stealing that one, bro. He said this fool said this with a straight face on, yo. You're getting fucking played. Let's play now, and this video's probably over after that. Here we go.
Trying to find some way to smear our first president, a founding father and one of the most consequential men to ever live anywhere in world history.
Sure.
And the best hit they can come up with, apparently, is that a black kid said that George Washington was rude to him. Now, even if it's true that Washington was indeed rude to this random 6-year-old black kid in 1775 and suggested that he do some chores without pay, there's no possible way.
Yeah. Don't you streak that vibe, Matt Walsh? A 6-year-old? Yeah, you made him do chores, without pay. It's like a 6-year-old? a stranger 6-year-old? Yeah. Look at this shit. Here we go. Wait for it.
That a black kid said
it was a different generation.
Wait for it.
Now, even if it's true that Washington was indeed rude to this random 6-year-old black kid in 1775 and suggested that he do some chores without pay, there's no possible way to express in the English language how little any sane person would possibly care. It's like saying that George Washington jaywalked once. And then you have,
6-year-old.
It's like jaywalking. You get a 6-year-old stranger to do labor for you for free. And he's like, it's like jaywalking. Yeah. That's
Washington had stable of slaves. It's no secret.
This
So
is
did
what
everybody
Matt Walsh
else.
is doing? This is his content for real? This is not real. This is AI. This is AI. This is AI fucking video for sure. Right? This is AI. There's no fucking chance. It's his fucking channel. This is AI. Nope, this is AI. I don't believe it.
Work.
This guy's not real. He's not a real person. This is fake. It's fake. He's a fake person. He's not real. No chance. Zero chance. I'm sorry. Listen to this.
Wait, did he say 6 or 16?
6.
Yeah.
6 years old.
You see a little 6-year-old. It might like feed him. Like what? Like if he's out in the street. But
He did feed him initially, but then he's like, "Yeah, do some chores for me for free." And he's random too. He doesn't know this kid either.
At that moment, he knew it was fucked.
It's ridiculous, bro. This is not real. This is not real. Not real. This fish. See this fish back here? That's not real either, bro. It's not real. There's no chance. It's not a real fish. It's all fake. It's on a green screen.
Crucifix right under his fish.
It's all bull. It's not real. What's the big deal, huh? It's like, yo, do that in 2025. Do exactly what George Washington did in 2025. Do that exact same thing. Bring a kid into your house, a stranger, where his parents aren't around. Bring him into your house, feed him, and have him do chores for nothing. And call it jaywalking. I dare you to, because I don't think jaywalking was around back then, was it? So use a modern rule for what scenario we would look down on. I think in any era, damn near. But all right, here we go.
They had some fast horses.
Apparently,
Okay. Here we go. He's being rude to a 6-year-old with no rights
to ever live anywhere in world
jaywalking.
history. And the best hit they can come up with, apparently, is that a black kid said that George Washington was rude to him. Now, even if it's true that Washington was indeed rude to this random 6-year-old black kid in 1775 and suggested that he do some chores without pay, there's no possible way to express in the English language how little any sane person would possibly care. It's like saying that George Washington jaywalked once. And then you have the big, intimidating voice of God narrator trying to sell it in this super serious voice.
He's horrendous.
Actually, no, I don't care
Matt
if George
Walsh is
Washington
so
jaywalked,
terrible.
and I don't care if he was.
I'm fucking done. That's your video, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your yeah, go watch the rest on your own. Go ahead. This is beyond. This is mongoloid level stupid. I kid you not. This guy's a fucking idiot, and he thinks it's like if this works on people. Oh my god. Good luck to you. Good fucking luck to you. I need a term paper on just ABCs. The term paper is double spaced. Just write your ABCs out. That is your IQ test for me. Apparently. There's your video.
I like double spaced. It's easier to read.
Shut up. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree, disagree. Good luck. Say what you think in the comment section. I'm sure the dummies will pop out of nowhere for this. I mean, this is mongoloid level stupid. Holy fuck. Like, actually, dumb shit. But go watch it on your own and tell me what I missed out on.
That gold chalice there. If you zoom in, it says leftist tears and front facing.
Yeah, I know. They branded that when Ben Shapiro was running things. Remember that? When he was the hotshot kid that destroyed everyone in debates. Now he's a fucking loser. Which is what's going to happen to this fucking plastic doll right here. Good luck to you guys.
Charlie Kirk used to win debates too, and he got shot, and Ben Shapiro was not shot, so Ben Shapiro's a loser.
Yeah, I'm sure Charlie was master debater. Shout out to you, Charlie. There's your video. Yeah, please don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. You can show up and just like please just show up and dunk on me with your arguments and with your logic and your create some quote unquote leftist tears, even though I'm not on the left, by the way. But whatever. Show up and do it anyways. Feel better about yourself. Please go ahead.
All on the right here. We do right things.
We do correct things.
Things rightly.
Whatever. And yes, everything I showed you, which is basically 2 videos, that will be linked in the description box. I'm face palming right now. Forgive me. This is embarrassing. Like, why would you recommend this? I thought you were smarter than that, Hunter. I really did. So, but now I'm just reading you as like, okay, he's a troll. He's just trolling the entire time. Got it. Yeah. With all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.